Let's get it.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to show number 105.
The Gathering Point.
Yeah, the Gathering Point. We're here at the Glass Academy right outside of Detroit City, about 10 minutes in Dearborn. And we're going to be getting crazy tonight with you guys. And normally, what do we normally do in the beginning of the show?
We normally do the Will It Burn, folks. But tonight's a little different. Mom's out of town. She's just where I was last week, sitting on the beach right now. And we've got a new mic person, and we've got a lot of blue shirts. So maybe if I just grab the camera and introduce you, people may have seen it on the Patreon. Dad has a new helper around here, Eddie. What's happening, Eddie? We got Gus in the background and Kaylee working as well. He's going to be running the camera for you guys tonight. And we got two mics on. And we're going to be doing something a little different than Will It Burn.
Yeah, normally we do the Will It Burn, and tonight we're not burning anything. We're burned out on Will It Burn.
It's a lot of burnage.
So we're going to have a little glass blowers competition, and we're bringing our good old apprentice glass blower here in with us.
I got it, yo.
Yep, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to do the longest curl. See who can do the longest curl, which basically what we're going to do...
Think of like a fern curl.
Yeah, like a fiddlehead.
Yeah, fiddlehead.
Yeah, good.
And we're going to drag that sucker out real far, and then we're going to roll it up as best we can into a big fiddlehead.
There's two things I'm thinking about when I'm getting warmed up for this, is the heat of the glass and the length that you pull it. And so it's all going to depend on, this is kind of for Jason to help him along a little bit too, but depending on how much glass you get, if you go for a ton of glass, you pull it out too quick, it's going to fall on the ground. So your timing has to be perfect. But you also want to think about your length. You could go shorter and have a perfect spiral, but if you go too long and you start turning and it gets rock solid on you, you're only going to get halfway down and you're only going to have half the spiral.
And we're talking no reheats, right?
No reheats. Just the biggest diameter.
Yeah.
Diameter.
Exactly. So that sounds good. And tonight's a special night, you guys. It's all drinkware we're making tonight. We got a lot of cool custom orders, and we're going to be specializing in the 100% recycle tank tonight, which is that beautiful light aqua blue. So we're going to be tearing it up in the recycle tank. We're going to be using the recycle tank to do the competition right now. So before we get a little bit more into telling you guys everything, let's just get going on the...
Well, I say we play some spin the mold to see who's going first.
Okay, yeah, that's probably right.
All right, sounds good, Eddie. Make sure...
Game. I'm going to stand here, face pointing who's going.
Okay.
Everybody knows and everyone's played spin the mold before.
That's right. Here we go then. Oh.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's not necessarily the best thing, because I got a secret technique that these guys don't know about, and I'm going to have to show them it, but we'll see how it goes.
I like it. I like it.
All right, well, here we go.
So, I was ready to go first, but I don't mind seeing the secret technique.
Can we trade?
Nope.
Barter?
Sorry about it.
One gather's all we get, right?
That's right.
One gather.
That's right.
All right, well then I definitely don't want to go in with a hot pipe, because I want to get the most glass possible.
Now he's just coaching us. Jeez.
And I just happened to turn the glass up to 2,300, Jake.
Great.
So you better turn it down a little.
Holy
That's the most I could get.
Yeah.
You guys, we don't have a lot of time, so.
Here we go. He's giving it a roll. Gus maybe hitting the Marver cam. I like it.
It's so soupy.
It's pretty soupy, guys. Everybody watching?
Oh, I'm watching. Nothing too special about this that I'm seeing. Oh, that's a nice pull, though. Interesting. I don't know. Look at it. It's cooling on them, folks. Watch out. Uh-oh. Ooh, not bad. He got it. That's pretty good. Let's get the calipers out now.
Oh, man.
Let's dial it in here, folks.
Make sure you measure from over here now, Jay.
Official measurement.
Let's see.
All right.
That's pretty good right there.
So we're gonna set this guy down right here and just let her cool off on its own. And then we got no spin the mold.
Go.
All right.
Watch your thing.
All right.
Yeah, so that's one of the most complicated things about that is that the glass is cooling off, and the thinner you pull it, the faster it cools off. So I was actually got mine twisting pretty quick and pretty good in control, but it would have been better if I could have kept it a little bit shorter and kept it a little fatter, because it would have been rolling up a little bit better. Oh boy, look at Jake here. He's got a pretty hefty gather.
Uh-oh. I saw that around the side of the crucible, it was not heated up completely yet, so I dove all the way deep in there and got down to business.
The pressure's pretty high around here, guys. Whoa. Oh, I guess he doesn't need all that glass. He's got so much he can fling it on the floor. Oh, he's going for it.
That might be the move.
Whoa.
Give me a little more now. I need a little bit more here.
Ooh. Oh, he's going for every last inch.
I don't know.
Golden calipers.
Well, we got the calipers here now. Let's check it out. Oh, just about a quarter of an inch short, but let's try this way. It's pretty close that way.
Pretty close.
Set it down on the
It could be a tie.
I don't remember what yours was from, I measured, yours are pretty round though. Mine's a little more ovalish.
They're about the same, look.
Yeah.
That's darn close, check them out. Kind of looks like Madonna.
Huh?
Okay.
All right, pushing the limits for Jason. Let's see what we can do here.
All right, Jay's gonna bust it up right now.
Check out as Eddie's looking at that, the color difference of the recycle that's hot and the recycle that's not. It's more green while it's hot for some reason, and then it turns a lot more blue. It's actually really similar to the copper blue. Here we go, he's spinning those fingers. All right.
It's only one gather. I can't cheat.
All right, we got a
So-
nice small gather here.
I couldn't get as much as everyone else.
But make it work, baby.
I don't know if
A nice pull.
I think you do.
Here comes the wraparound. Ooh,
It's very different.
yeah. It's thinner, it's getting wider.
I think mine might be the biggest.
Yeah, and he pulls it right off. Let's get it, Jason.
Where's the calipers?
Let's check it out on the calipers. That looks like a little mini nest.
We were making nests all day. I had inspiration.
That is precious.
That was the case, then you won.
There.
Grab her. Roller.
That's a solid one.
This does look like a little mini nest.
Oh, awesome.
So, yeah.
Sweet.
I think the person with the most experience won.
It is a cleaner spiral, too.
Well,
All right, then.
yeah, so all right, you guys. That was a cool little starter for us to get things going. We're going to do a warmer-upper piece now, but I did want to give you a little description of what we're using when we say 100% recycled glass. The glass that we have in this tank over here, for years we didn't realize that we could melt our own knockoffs, and an old Italian master told me once, they said, a third of the glass that you're using ends up on the floor, a third of the glass stays on the pipe, and a third of the glass creates the piece that you're making. So you have about 2/3 of the glass that you gather out of the furnace that's wasted, and then 1/3 of the glass creates the beautiful item that you're making out of glass. Well, for years we would just pile that stuff up and throw it away, send it to the recycling center, whatever. We never melted it down, but we started melting it down, and you can pretty much throw any color glass, every color we use in the rainbow, into the furnace and melt it down, and it'll all melt down. The only mineral that doesn't burn out of the glass is the cobalt, which keeps the glass very, very light blue. So that's why all those knockoffs that we just did out of the recycled glass ended up being very light blue. So we design certain products, and we call these products second design. The nest bowls, a lot of candlesticks. We do anything that we want to have a simple, very beautiful, watery color. The Detroit Puddle, which is a great product, that's on our website. But those are great items that we use the recycled glass for. So tonight, we're kind of, you know, celebrating the fact that we have a whole furnace of 100% recycled glass, and we're helping the environment by using this glass and creating products out of it in our second design line. So I'm going to go up and I think I'm going to do a nice twist cup maybe with just a handle, all out of 100%. I'll do a quick little mug out of 100% recycled glass. For the warmer upper, it's going to be a twist cup, drop a foot. Oh, we're going to do that first? I thought we wanted to do that right before 6:30. But you want to do that first and then do that? All right, well, let's go check it out. So Jake was just saying he wanted us to go over the table before we start the warmer-upper, guys. Yeah. So let's do it. Come on over here, Eddie. Let's check it out. We have all drinkware tonight. Drinkware is tonight's item, themed item. You obviously see it. When we get done with the show tonight, we're going to be busting into this Detroit City Distillery Hobgoblin rye. Interesting. Look at this thing. It's dated too. Batch 5, bottle number 74. It's got to be worth something. But check it out, you guys. We've got some gorgeous looking drinkware. We've got, these are our tornadoes. That's what these are called, Jake? Tornadoes. Check that out. That is a gorgeous one right there. It's a super cool technique I started doing where we reverse the twist halfway through the piece. So it's twisted this way, then it reverses back and twists the other way. We've got this on this beautiful drinking vessel. All these pieces are going to go live on sale, number 13, number 2, number 12. All these numbered items are going to be on the website for sale at 6:30. So it's going to be a great thing. These are beautiful, Jake. What's the name of these cups? The Galaxy glasses. Jake developed this design, and I'm telling you, check them out from the inside, Eddie. Is that crazy or what? Beautifully, really thin blown snifter style cup with a Rosetta foot on it. Everything we make has the Glass Academy stamp on it, so you're always going to know that it came right here from our Midwest studio. We've got our Waffle Cups on here, number 9. Waffle Cups are great for wine. They're super, super thin. I mean, this thing is really thin, paper thin. I always can tell a little story when we were younger blowing glass and we'd go to these different workshops. We would blow glasses so thin, and the objective was that next day you could ovalize them without breaking them, which was pretty cool, but I won't try to do that with this one. This is a beautiful setup here, number 10. Gorgeous. Check these out. These are like highball glasses. Really pretty, pink, and these are one of a kind. We're not making any extras of those.
That's sold as a set?
That's sold as a set, 2 of them. Jake, are all these one of a kinders, or are there ones that we're selling more of?
Let me hit this mic real quick. Yeah, so a few of these, like the ones that you had names for, we're talking the Galaxy glasses, our Waffle Cups, and our Tornado Cups are all, I believe, being sold individually tonight, but also available on the website on our regular product page for multiple different colors and however many quantity you guys want. Some of the other ones, the individuals, this is a set that's one off, and once it's sold, it's gone, will be pulled from the table. That's an individual one. These guys, I believe, are individuals.
This guy, the Chalice, the Royal Chalice is an individual.
Sure.
That guy, and it's got the bowl of tone, waffle top. Yeah, that one's bling blinging. It's got the super heavy base on it, so this thing really balances really well. Watch me balance it right here.
Incredible.
Nope, I won't do that, you guys. But then we have, over here, we have our small tasting glasses.
That's right, and this is a pretty cool example. This is all recycled glass, and it's really cool to see. And if I just pull out 3 of them here and line them up in the front, the different shades of blue that you get, and this one's almost green, honestly. From over the years and over the weeks even, the recycled glass will change colors because of the color that we use throughout the week. Whatever product we're making, the leftover color gets all melted together, and some blues are stronger, some greens are stronger, and that's a cool thing about our products and all of our handmade things, that they're ever rotating and individual.
Yeah, and those are going to be live on the website, and you can buy them individually. I think they start at 30 bucks a piece, and those are great for wine, for drinking bourbon with 1 ice cube in it, or actually just having your toothpicks or maybe Q-tips, or using it as an eye cup.
Ah, the classic eye cup.
You get something in your eye, it works perfectly, you guys. But there's special deals. Buy 1, buy 2, or buy 3, or whatever.
I think there's a buy 4 as well.
Buy 4 too, so we're jamming. All right, so you got a good look at the table, you guys, but now we're all stressing out because we got to blow glass. So we got to get in there and make this sweet mug.
So how is everybody doing tonight, though? Interesting switching back to these Tuesday shows, and we got our own show coming up as well. Dad and I's on Thursday, the first one of its kind, but not having Friday night shows. We're really looking forward to these Tuesday shows. And so we built up a nice selection of drinkware here. We're getting pretty excited. We made some mugs last week. Dad and Jason did. You guys know I was out of town for a little bit there in South Carolina. But it's good to be getting back into mug mode, and Jason's going to be helping him out tonight. Jason's been really working on his feet, bringing over hot and even feet. That's a really difficult thing he's been doing a much better job with. But they had a week of working together, so I think we're going to see some chemistry here going forward.
So that recycled glass looks real orange right now, guys. Check it out. But it's not orange at all. It's just hot. 2,000 degrees, probably about 2,100. I'm going to go into the optic mold and put a beautiful Venetian optic twist in the surface. And the mold doesn't do anything but just put an optical texture in the surface of the glass. Centrifugal force there for a little gravity action, lengthen that bubble out. I'm preparing it to go into the mold, making sure it's the right size. You know, the next drinkware evening, Jake, we should do is we should have a twist cup little competition.
That would be fun too,
because that's something for you to practice all the time when you can, is twist cups. It's really good exercise. Yep, yep. So I'm making sure it's nice and hot to get into the mold, you guys.
Yeah, so what's happening, Tanya and everybody else? I'm going to be watching the comments when I'm not on the camera tonight. That's why we got Eddie working the camera, and that's a beautiful thing. But look at that mold action. We'll be going over the board after the warmer-upper. So he's going to go for the twist now, too, and this is where the real talent lies, is having this thing lined up correctly, and its heat and its length and its thickness of bubble. It's the amount of size that you pinch at the end here and the velocity of the turn. And then you're going to see he's going to cool the outside here. In a second, he's going to heat it up again. Jason will be blowing some air. That was the starter twist, and then he's going to bring it back. He's putting extra heat on it. He's going to grab it with the diamonds. Grab that ball on the end, turn the pipe, hold onto the end, and get as much twist. He wants it to be pretty much vertical if he can get those lines to be.
Okay, blow. Harder. Blow. Good.
Oh yeah. That's good looking. That's
Blow.
no small glass either.
Good.
He's got enough heat. Once he finishes that, he's able to blow it out, have the majority of the shape lined up there, and still get the neckline in there.
Good. Nice optic twist there. Now I'm going to flatten the bottom, and we're going to put a foot on it.
Oh, putting a foot on it.
Recycle foot, but I'm going to have you cap it first while I flatten it up.
As we see a couple comments of people having the feed freeze up on them, Sharon Watch and a couple other people, it seems to be with our marketing research that that's the way it's kind of been going on Facebook for not only us, but for many other feeds. And there's a lot of feeds out there, a lot of people are streaming, and it's just a big database. So if it freezes, just refresh your browser, it'll come back up to you, but we're all lined up on our end, and we're feeling pretty good about it.
Yep. Probably because we're so hot, man. This is such a hot show.
Something like that.
All right, foot.
All right, Kelly's coming in for a mushroom class on Saturday. I love to see it.
Sweet. Look at that nice little foot on there. It's got a little bit of a bulge at the bottom. Looks real nice. You can see that optic twist in the bottom. You don't need any big punties up, but you can bring your foot on it if you want to make it easier.
You want me to gather up that foot?
Gathers, right? You never get it in one, so one gather, marble it a little bit, and then gather the second gather on it.
All right, so he's bringing over a foot, and that's what we were talking about. Jason said we put up all the pipes before this show, but we didn't put up the thick half-inch solid punties, and those are the ones we need to do the punting process to flip a mug around. You want it to be thick enough to hold enough heat throughout the finishing process. If we were just making this a cup, we'd use a 1/4-inch punty, and we would just plop it on there, open up the cup really fast, and we wouldn't have to worry about losing the heat that holds it onto the piece. If anybody's new to the show, you guys will see what I'm talking about. This is a beautiful gather by Jason.
Look at how good he's getting, man.
Look at that.
Remember how I told you, let it angle your other hand up higher? There you go.
Let's get it now.
Stay. Nice. Look at this guy. One curly cue, and look how good he did.
Look at that action. Swishes it on there. Oh, he's going for a little Rosetta action. A question from Betsy, can you add colors to the recycled glass? And it's a great question. First of all, the beautiful thing about having recycled glass is we like to say it's recycled, and you notice that beautiful blue color. We like to appreciate it as it is, but you can add certain colors, and that's why we picked out the colors that we picked out today. And Eddie, how about giving me a pan across these colors right here so I can point out which ones are opaque and which ones are transparent. We got, this is our gold, but you see this is opaque, black is opaque, copper blue actually looks good on top of blue. The rest of all these colors down the line here are all opaque, meaning light doesn't shine through them. So when we put them on top of blue, that blue doesn't transfer through the color and change the color, it stays that strong opaque color. So if we do want to put color on top of blue recycled glass, that's the way we do it. All right, here comes the puntying process, you guys. Jason just figured out a beautiful thing about making punties today. He's learning every day. He's got a really nice one there.
Keeping it right on center like a lathe, making sure the punty rod is lined up with the blowpipe. A little cold metal right on the top, a light tap on the blowpipe, and now Jason's holding onto the piece with the punty.
Sherry, great seeing you in the gallery. That's what I'm talking about. Looks like Donna is doing some, what do you call it? Watching her funding, as a true Glass Academy addict would. Spending, making sure she's not spending tonight so she can spend next week, or whatever it was. I think it was her niece's birthday gift, whenever it comes along. And I know I was just talking with her, or her sister, twins I believe, about a couple bunnies that they're interested in getting.
Nice.
So we're not done with bunny season just yet.
Lucky we all wore our recycled blue shirts.
That's right. Welcome, Amy. What is happening?
Paddle.
Don, everybody, looking really good, looking really fresh.
Yep.
How's everybody doing tonight? Where's everybody watching from? Oklahoma, Pam, Carrie. What is happening? Vacation was incredible. It was beautiful to be in the sun, even though it was only 65 degrees. The sun was beaming.
The sun will cook you at 55, 50, 60 degrees.
I was burned. I had some stomach burns.
I got burned in the mountains skiing.
Yeah, well, I'd like some skiing right now.
It's summer's here, guys. On.
What's happening, Lenny? So you guys are seeing him open this up right now, and I didn't talk about it too much as it was happening, but I would love to know the percentage of people that are brand new to the show, and if we have any new viewers tonight, guys.
You want to bring me a blown handle?
Yeah, I'll bring you a blown
All
handle.
right, Jay's going to bring me a blown handle. There's the body of the mug, guys. Check that out. Beautiful slimline Rosetta, beautiful optical twist. It's going to be a nice size mug. That looks like about a 20 ouncer, which is perfect. Maybe even a little more. I bet you it could be 21 or 22 ounces. Put a double deuce in there. There you go. But don't put what Gus would put in there, because Gus loves old English OE800, man. He loves that stuff. Malt liquor. So Jake's bringing me a blown handle, you guys. It's a hollow handle. It'd be nice, Jake, will you bring me an optically twisted one? So we're gonna really pimp this thing out. I kind of think that I'm gonna have to talk to Michelle and Jake about having a line of just all recycled mugs that are just recycled glass. They could be super cool, because I've made quite a few of these and I really like them a lot.
The blown handle, and I almost gathered up clear, but I got the recycle on here now. And here comes a little puff of air right through the bottom. Jason's watching diligently, because that's his next step in the glass blowing situation. He's handling this blown handle situation. So I lined it up nice and symmetrical, and I'm gonna get it hot, and I'll be dropping it into the optic mold.
So the way you can tell that you got a new cameraman, everybody, is that they're standing right in front of the glory hole, sweating. I'm looking at the sweat running down the back of Eddie's neck, and he's standing right in front of the 2,000-degree glory hole. It's like, I see. So Jake's going into the mold there. He's going to get a nice optic. Now, don't blow it out anymore when you come out, Jake. Leave it a little thicker for me. Just marver it into a longer cylinder.
You got it.
Optically twisted handles, I like personally a little bit thicker.
Just wrote up a custom order. I cannot remember the name right now. I think it starts with a C. Could have been Celia, but it's going to be kind of like a starry night.
Deeper, all the way in there. Real hot on the pipe.
Optic twist blown handle. Special.
Okay. Twist. Good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's a bling one. Look at that blingy bling.
Super clean. Optics on optics, folks. Lovely.
Oh, I'm going to put a little runner on the back and a thumb bit and then the GA stamp. We're putting all the bells and whistles on this puppy.
What do you want first, the runner?
Why don't you can bring me the runner in a minute. I'm just letting this handle cool off a little bit. It's a little too hot to be adding anything onto it.
So as we're waiting for that to cool down and the runner's going in, guys, I want to remind you the website is live now. It is 6:30. So our featured products that we went over in the beginning of the show, we will go over again after this piece, are available for purchase. Some pretty cool stuff. It's been a minute since we've done a drinkware show, a happy hour show, and that's kind of our specialty, guys. And we do have plans, and we are getting it all lined up for this year to have the bar implemented in our studio so people can come and travel and do a class and have a drink here and or a coffee in the morning and have a tea class in the morning, anything like that. Perfect. Guys. We love drinkware.
Nope, just bring it right over.
Watch out for the stinger now.
All right, how about a recycled thumb bit?
Recycled thumb bit coming in hot. Sharon Michelle is in South Carolina. I believe she's on tech support tonight with my sister, both remote. We got Kaylee working on tech support as well over there, and we got Gus handling the actual computer components of this live show. And things are running smooth, guys. I'll remind you, too, if there's any problems with Facebook's live feed, you guys can always switch over to YouTube. We're streaming simultaneously. Ooh, that is juicy. Oh, yeah. Eddie's got a pretty steady hand, you guys. Steady Eddie over here.
Yeah,
working
steady
the
Eddie.
Camera pretty darn good. I like it.
All right, I'll take the bit.
That's adding another one to the crew, guys. I love it. It's fun having fresh eyes in here. Look at that. That's the raindrop special. Now, I'll remind you guys, the blue always looks a little darker, a little greener tint to it while it's hot. Heads up, Eddie. But as soon as that cools down, it's going to be striking a much more blue, a little more darker, a little more poppin' blue color.
The GA stamp. Oh, she's looking pretty. Woo. That's about as bling as you get. Don't get too close to the glory hole with that because the camera will overheat.
It'll explode.
All right, I'm not going to straighten the punny out because I don't need to, you guys, but check this beauty out. This thing is going to be for sale on the Anila reveal, all recycled glass. I definitely think, Jake, we should get a line going of just recycled glass mugs.
I agree.
Because there's a lot of cool things you can do that just show off the beauty of the glass.
And like I was telling quite a few people in classes on Saturday, the thing with working with all transparent or all clear or all recycled glass like that is you see the craft and the quality of the technique so much more. When you're covering it in color, a bunch of opaque color, and it's all blinged out every which way, it does look beautiful. Color is a huge part of glass blowing, but to take an all transparent recycled glass like that and appreciate every angle of this mug, it's a pretty high-end thing. So that will be available, like we're talking about. Much appreciation, you guys. I love it. But this one will be available. Anila reveal tomorrow at 6 p.m. All of our live pieces will be on the website.
Yep.
We're going all the way to number 3. Oh, yeah. See if you guys can hear
it's all right, though. It's a
special
beaut.
mics over there.
Really clean, really clean.
That was a beauty. Very sweet.
It's a hot one, folks. It's definitely hot in here tonight. I know I'm going to be going home soaked. Eddie's already soaked.
First over 80 day out here in Michigan.
Right.
Well, let's take it away from the heat a little bit. I want to show you guys
come on over here.
our board for the lineup for today. We'll talk about the giveaway question, and since the website is live, we will talk about that one more time. But if you guys take a look at our beautifully created and drawn giveaway board, we've got some sweet pieces lined up tonight, you guys. That was the warmer-upper. We had our alternative Will It Burn this morning. or this the beginning of the show. First piece of the night, custom piece, is for Tanya, and this is going to be an artist choice. As you guys know, she likes to do, letting us push the boundaries of what we're capable of, and this one is for me. She specifically picks who she wants, which reminds me, on the 13th, which is next week, we're going to be having an all-mom glass blowing show. And that means there's 3 spots available. One of them has already been booked. We've got 2 spots available for the highest and most delicious offer for mom to get on the pipe. And I know you guys love seeing my mom blow glass here in the shop. Michelle, co-owner with my dad, who's out of town right now, but I'm getting off topic there. So number 3, we have some custom Brandy glasses for Peter, and I don't have the sheet in front of me. I have it right here. Peter, and I believe it could have been his wife, Julie, they are getting a set of 4 Brandy glasses, and they were shopping in the gallery this weekend, and they saw a beautiful piece that was actually made on the live show that was blue and white with a twist in it, and they said they loved that color scheme, but they were big Brandy drinkers, and they wanted to have a set of 4 just like that color pattern. So we drew up the order. We told them we'd do 2 on the show, 2 off of the show to match and complete the set, and that's going to be the plan for Peter and Julie. So Dad will be making those. He's got the Brandy moved down, and I explained to him he's done a lot of those for breweries, and he knows the sizing and the shape down pat. Better than I could draw them. Then we have, instead of redrawing this, we didn't actually get to redoing this, but we do have a 3rd custom order for Julie. And this is going to be a cat dish.
Oh yeah, the cat
Let
dish.
me do, I don't know if we put a name on it or not, or it's not Julie, I'm sorry, it's Jennifer. Oh yes, the Canadian. And so we're gonna be making the cat dish. She sent me some pictures of her cats and said that she got a custom mug made, but her cats are always drinking out of her custom mug, and she wants to drink out of her own mug, so we're gonna make this cat dish. I see something being pulled from over here.
Nice, I wanted those.
All right,
Those are my favorite
our
ones.
set of 2 has been sold, pulled from the table, but that's gonna be a sweet, handmade, a lot of artistic choice put into this one. She told us purple and recycle, and Dad has the idea. I kind of told her what we were thinking of. He's going to be making that one. It's going to be beautiful. Then, of course, we got the giveaway. And that is a beautiful thing. The giveaway, we give away a show every show. We're on 105 shows, plus many on the 100th show. But if you take a look right down here, guys, we're going to slightly alter what our giveaway situation is to boost our viewers back up and get you guys engaged. We always ask you guys the giveaway question, and you guys send that answer right to this email right here, enews@glassacademy.com, to be entered to win. One person will win the final piece of the show we make every week. And on top of it this week, we're asking you guys to share the feed. So just like any other social media promotion, you guys, if you share the feed down in the bottom right corner, we're going to start calling it Spread the Feed so we don't mess up any algorithms, and you guys will know what that means. You spread the feed and you answer this question. Send us an email. What's your favorite style of drinkware, guys? Tall, short. We know all the names of drinkware. We'd love to hear what you guys are familiar with. So shoot us an email with that. Spread the feed on your social media. We're going to boost our viewers, hopefully get some new people in here tonight, and then get it going.
The one thing that I did want to say, that we
Yes.
should, one of these evenings, we should make a magical growler.
Whoa.
Because the magical growler, you guys, is this growler over here that defies gravity and pours dark porter up in the air through its bent snout into the glass. So that's
Incredible.
exactly what we're gonna make one day, is the magical growler.
I like that a lot.
All right.
Sweet. Well, let me grab some water. Dad, you want to show these guys, since it's live, one more time, just a couple more of those pieces, and then I'm going to grab some water and get started on Tanya's.
Sure. All right, come
Can't be
on
going
over
in
here,
dry
guys.
mouthed here.
Yes, we lost a pair of highball glasses, or I should say we didn't lose them. Someone out there who wanted them lost them because someone else bought them. So they're going to be tossing and turning in bed tonight, sweating, upset that they didn't get their tasty pair of highball glasses. But we do have a lot of other really sweet glasses, you guys. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know why number 13's in yellow right here. Do you see that, Eddie?
Yeah.
There's something magical. There's something magical about this particular glass. And I actually, the last 2 custom mug nights, they're called happy hour, I had people who came in and had custom glasses made. They brought this piece to me and said, I want you to do this piece, but I want a handle on it. And I had someone else got 2 snifters exactly the same as this piece. So maybe that's why it's got the yellow 13 Super Mojo tag. But you guys, that's a special piece, and it's a gorgeous looking piece. Also, this piece right here, Jake made these pieces. He made a bunch of these. It's a beautiful silver blue, and it's almost got like bamboo lines going up and down on it. Check out the iridescence on there. The GA stamp, this is about a pint, and it looks perfect in my hand. Check it out. That's a nice trusty pint glass right there, guys. And don't forget about the waffle cups, you guys. We always have lots of waffle cups in the gallery, and they're on sale online all the time. All right. So Jake's drawing up his piece over there right now. It's looking pretty good. He's got the chalk out, and he's on the floor getting crazy. All right, so he's talking about this custom piece he's making for Tanya. Check it out over here, Eddie. Let's see Jake's design action going on over here. Oh boy, look at that lid. He's making a nice, some type of a decanter, eh?
Yeah, well, my drawing skills aren't up to par with my glass blowing skills just yet. I'm a little out of touch with all that business, but what I want to do is make a square decanter, and I really want to take 4 bits on each of these and lay down a piece of glass, and kind of like we did the gnome beards, put little spirals, pull them over, little twists all the way around, so they're kind of like bumpers on the corner, and I want to see how that looks. And then make a sweet matching spiral top to it here. This might be blown here like this or something.
I like it.
It's gonna be sweet, and this is the beauty of Tanya giving us an artist's choice piece. I get to really test my skills and try new things, and she's gonna be getting a one-of-a-kinder, that's for sure.
Let's see, maybe what if we went like this?
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
What the?
You got the fro?
I don't know what his deal is, but he's pretty cool looking.
All right then, well, we do know, the only thing we do know is it's gonna be out of recycle here. I'd like to get a little tight spiral action to it. So maybe like if you guys could both bring like 4 bits total, and I'll line them up next to each other. Or actually we got 3 blues out. So let's do the 3 blues, 3 bits.
You're talking about?
Dense bits, I'm gonna put a spiral trail around and wrap them next to each other down the line.
So then you're gonna blow it out and square it up?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Jake's just telling us exactly what he wants to do pattern-wise, and that's this particular style of blowing glass, everybody. Now you notice I just pulled everybody out of my back pocket because I've been saying you guys way too much. So I'm gonna try not to say that combination of words, and I'm just gonna say, hey everybody. The cool thing about this type of style of blowing glass is it's called offhand glass blowing. That means that Jake's never made a piece like this before. He just drew the design up, and it's coming off the blowpipe for the very first time. He's got a nice gather of molten glass there. That glass is probably cooking. I think that recycle tank right now is about 2,200 at least.
It's warm.
Which means it's real watery. Yep.
Soupy.
And he's blowing air into the blowpipe. capped it with his thumb, and the moisture from his breath expanded and blew that bubble out just like the nose on Bozo right here.
Look at it. Take a look at this. That's it. Right to size.
Maybe you're just gonna have to make a Bozo head instead.
I don't know.
I think I just heard recently that Bozo the Clown just died. He was a pretty famous clown all through the 50s and 60s and 70s and maybe even the 80s in Detroit.
Great guy.
Yeah, he was all right, except for when he showed up in my dreams and freaked me out.
Number 2 to McDonald's, Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald's right up there with being a little scary.
Well, that's my starter gather, guys. You see a nice symmetrical bubble in there, not too big of a moil. I'm gonna gather over this and I'm gonna try and line it up right with that first line that I made on the pipe so I don't have a ton of glass up here. And then I'm going to probably cool the pipe down. Jason, if you would pull that pipe cooler over. We got that over there for the clear furnace. Do you need a block, Jake?
Do you want a block or no?
I could probably use a block.
Probably an 8 or 10?
Probably like a 10.
You think this fan's too loud to have on?
Yeah. All right, and here we go, guys. This is something that 2300 degrees, you can't see inside the furnace, but I'm gonna go for the gather. This guy's rock solid now, and hits the knives.
What do you think, Jake? Which one of these blocks you think you want?
I'll take that guy.
The big boy?
Yeah, I
Oh
can always
boy.
be a little too
He's
small.
going for the big boy, guys.
This is for Tanya.
You're right. You smell that smell, Eddie? That is cherry wood, and it's rotting cherry wood, but it's actually kind of a nice reminiscing smell.
Thank you, sir.
It does smell kind of nice. Take a sniff. It smells like Venice to me.
Well, I'll take it right over here.
Oh, you're looking for this? We're done sniffing it?
Yes.
There you go.
Thanks a lot. It's a big boy. You guys can probably get started on those spiral bits.
Alrighty.
So the trick is you can see a little bit of discoloration. You never get a perfect gather on there. So while they get started with the color bits, there's going to be 3 of them. I'm going to give this more heat and kind of equalize all the temperature throughout the whole piece. So I'm going to shape it up a little on the marver, make sure it's looking pretty symmetrical. The bigger the pieces you get, the more time you spend just heating and shaping before you even blow the piece out.
Sorry about that. Stepping in front of you there.
I think he's on the marver cam, maybe. We are looking good. If this was clear, we would see that bubble perfectly in there. I think I'm doing pretty good. I could see the majority of it. But you see I don't have too much motion either, but enough that if I stop turning, I'm gonna lose where the center is. And really the timing of this is pretty important. I'm thinking ahead to when those guys are gonna be ready. I think Dad's coming in first. And I don't want to lose all my core heat. I can let the outside cool down and stiffen up so that I have some time to put this trail on nice and smooth. But if it gets rock solid, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in there heating, and you never get the same amount of heat all the way up into the core again. I'm spreading it out nice and wide so I can put 2 more bits right on the inside of that one. You're gonna see that color change right now. Yep, I'm ready. This is the Cobalt. Ooh.
You want to go for something different? You got lapis and that.
Let's, how about the white?
White?
Yeah, I like white on recycle a lot. So now, since I'm waiting for the third one, I'm going to give it some heat. I'm not going to melt them and squish them all in together just yet. I'm just keeping the core temperature of my piece right now. It's very important. I didn't tell anything to either of these guys because I got confidence in Jason, and I know Dad, obviously. Chris knows what's going on. But I had to make sure that they got at least 2 or 3 coats of this color, because when you're spreading it out this wide, and I'm going to be blowing this piece up much wider than it is now, you got to have that color fairly dense to hold its color. But we also want to see a little of that recycle too. This is going to take some finesse here. Should be pretty sweet.
Takes a very steady hand. Stay Alive by Milton Bradley.
Huh?
Ooh.
Let's see what's going on down there.
Whoa, looking good. That was cool.
Good job, good job.
Was there a zoom in on Jake's mouth when he was doing that? 'Cause sometimes he goes like this. He's like,
Oh boy. Well, it's going to be a pretty cool shot on the Marvicam when I go to melt this in. 3 colors, they're all going to look different once they hit the table.
it's going to take a few minutes for him to heat that up and really melt those trails into the glass main body of the piece, you guys. So send your question in. Email a question. What's your favorite style of glass to drink from? Short, tall, but I'm talking Pilsner, snifter, tulip, goblet, drinking horn, all kinds of crazy ones you could do. Champagne flute's pretty nice for drinking mimosos. Oh gosh, ice cold mimosa right now, we'd all be in trouble.
Sounds pretty refreshing, thank you.
It does.
I'm pretty sure mimosa ends with an A.
Mimicio.
Ah.
I just make up my own name of a drink. You guys, something else that's going on too, Eddie. You know, we're doing a thing right now. If you're in our area or you want to come into town, come on into town for the Mom and Me Tea. It's the 2nd and 3rd weekend in May.
That's right, 8 and 9, 15 and 16, baby.
Yeah, but it's a really cool experience. It's a hands-on experience that a mother and their son, daughter, husband, best friend, acquaintance, whatever me describes, because Mom and Me Tea. So you bring a mom and whoever me is, have a great time, but you're gonna come in, you're gonna be doing a hands-on experience, you're gonna be getting all kinds of special Mother's Day treats and everything, a little pampering action. Oh my God, take a look at that bubble.
Look at that action.
Woo-wee, Tanya.
Tanya's getting the pampering
You're getting
action.
a sweet piece, girl.
So we're gonna blow it out, I'm gonna hang it, we're gonna get it all lined up, and then Jason's gonna pull out those bad boy corks, and we're gonna make this thing pretty, yes, I'm gonna blow it out first. Give it to me.
All right, so he's blowing that thing up.
Good.
He's got Jason blowing in the blowpipe, and he's getting a neck on it. He's gonna have to heat that neck up really good, and then he's gonna have to start thinking about squaring that thing up on the Marver like his drawing.
I was thinking of using the corks for it.
Are
That
they?
makes sense for square?
Sure. We can square it up with the corks for sure. You know, I'm doing a correction here, you guys, while you're watching Jake blow. The Mom and Me Tea is the first and second weekend in May, not the third weekend. So, but maybe if we sell out or something, I don't know, we probably can't change it and add a third weekend.
Special event.
But it's a really nice special event for moms and me's.
All of them.
So that looks pretty nice, Jake. So now we're talking about getting the paddles ready.
That's right.
I remember the vice principal of our school, he had a set of paddles, and it was not pretty, man. You couldn't do that nowadays. But he had 3 paddles hanging on the wall, and if you were out of line, he was touch your toes. And he
my God.
And he would literally give you a serious beating. And I'm just like, and I have to say,
Dad doesn't know anything about that.
I don't know anything about it. But nowadays, you can't even look at someone like that. Jeez. You ready?
Yep.
Side flip. Side flip. Gotta get dropping it on access. You can do it again, but just
Yep.
I'll do it twice each side. Flip it once or whatever, then you change the access, same thing.
Yep.
Okay. Nice.
It's getting there. Do it one more time.
Looking good, looking good. These babies smell great.
I love the smell.
We all love the smell of this stuff. It's like,
What's it like now?
Like a nice fire.
get it up here in the hair.
Here we go. One more. Let's get it.
Looking good. So these are cork. They're like 1-inch thick cork paddles that were cut off of a cork tree. It's not simulated cork. It's real cork. And you use these things because they're just kind of like a wet newspaper or even the cherry wood. They get carboned up on the surface, but they're really used to make squares and ovals of the glass without being able to touch the glass. Woo! Oh,
Can you put that wooden paddle on the bench for me?
Priest does when he walks around with that tree.
exactly, the incense.
I'm gonna have you cap it on there for me. I'll use the little jacks when we flip it around, but I'll have you cap the pipe. Thank you.
Looking good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take over for a minute. Oh yeah, looking good. Let's go for the knee drop. Kaboom! It's looking really nice. Tanya, if you're there checking this out, it's looking nice. Yep, you guys, it's, oops, I said it. Hey, everybody. It's 100% recycle night, and this piece for Tanya is out of 100% recycled glass here at the Glass Academy in Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah.
We got Eddie in the house, Jason.
Yep.
We got the Gus Stop rocking right behind me. We got all the fans off so that you guys can hear us and not the fans.
Feels good to be sweating again. We just went through a whole winter of just dry blowing glass.
Well, I gotta tell you, the next time I blow glass in here, I'm gonna have my flip-flops on because I can't blow with socks on and shoes. It's impossible, you guys. Especially these dang hiking boots, man. I feel like I'm going out into the Adirondacks with them. We got Jason over there making a punty. No Maurice on the bottom?
You want Maurice?
I can bring one real quick.
It's pretty thick. If you can
All right,
use
no
it.
problem. It's fine. And if it's thick, it's beautiful.
Pretty good.
I love the way this thing's looking. Look at that.
Nice punny.
Punny's looking beautiful. Jake's blowing a little bit on it right now. It really is pretty important to make sure that you put that punty on the right temperature. Because if you don't put it on the right temperature, and it's one of the biggest and most difficult things that an apprentice glassblower learns is how to punty a piece up, because they're
Going
either
down
putting
with
it on too
Now
cold
tap
and the piece falls on the floor and breaks, or they're putting it on too hot and then they create the whole piece and finish it, and when they try to knock it off, that piece breaks because it's fused to the bottom. Look at that. We got it, you guys. It's called the transfer. And Jason, you're the man. All right.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know. Look at these guys' feet. There they are. Those are some serious socks. Both of you guys got some hot socks on.
I need some summer socks.
What's that thing around your neck?
It's a fan.
I like that. Let's check it out.
You better repeat what he's saying. He doesn't have a mic.
You guys, he said that's a fan. He bought this on Amazon. Check it out. It's a fan that goes right around your neck,
Hit you right in the face.
and it blows cool air. Is it a miniature air conditioner?
It's not. It's a fan. It's nice though.
Well, we'll pretend like it's, if you pretend like it, it's all about the power of thought.
Yeah, you're right.
You're just going to get so cold, you'll probably have little frost coming off your ears.
Can you turn up the door?
Glass Academy, folks, right outside of Detroit City. I don't know how many people are on there, but I know everyone who's watching right now hopefully shared the feed.
That's right. Spread it. Spread it.
Spread it, spread it. Look, I got the double Glass Academy action going on right there. Holy moly. Whoa.
Are you gonna trim it?
Yeah, I'm gonna trim it.
Don't make sure you register for our Mom and Me Tea, guys. The first 2 weekends in May, we sell out every year, and we got a lot of good things happening this year for Mom and Mother's Day. So it's a perfect gift. Pretty sure you can sign up online. Look at that. Going for the lip trim. He's going to get that long decanter-looking neck coming out of there. It was pretty cool seeing how Jason just assisted Jake by grabbing that little trim off the end, because we wouldn't want that to stick on the side of the piece. But when you trim the top of a vessel like that, everybody, you're doing two things. You're making the shape that you want to make by stretching the glass, and then you're cutting it so that you can either lengthen it, make it longer, or shorter by cutting it. But you're thinning out the top of the vessel too, so there's 2 or 3 different processes that are happening at the same time.
Good on the paddle. I think I'm gonna make this into a pitcher
Ooh.
instead, because that's what it's looking like. And here we go.
Well, that's all right. He's making it into a pitcher, you guys. Look at this. Well, that's what offhand glass blowing's all about.
Look at that.
Nice.
Now I'm gonna put a handle on the back side. Nice big boy handle.
And if you go back in with your jacks and flare it open a little bit, and then tighten the pouring spout up a little, you'll open it back up and it'll be round with a spout.
Gotcha. All right.
All right, all right. Handing it off. Here we go. Nice. Man, Eddie and I have been busting butt on that U of M hospital piece, everybody. It turned out great. We got it installed in there, and we just put the cardinal nest on there today. So if you tune into our show tomorrow night on Patreon, the Nordine Studio show that Jake and I are doing, you can see a lot more videos that we uploaded on there, because they turned out, the whole project turned out really nice.
All right. Well, it's gonna be a recycle handle.
Okay, you want anything special about it?
Just a little bigger.
All right.
Is it gonna be blown?
Just a little
Probably.
bigger for me.
Most
So that
handles
blue,
are blown,
see
but
the
you can
one
do
blue,
handles that aren't blown.
That transparent blue looks pretty much like it looks. We got our white, which is backed by blue, so it's got kind of like a icicle kind of shade to it. And then this other one that looks kind of green, if we turn around, that's this guy right here. And I'm not 100% sure how it's going to look with recycle behind it, but I'm pretty positive it's going to be the color blue. One shade of that color. Oh my goodness. We'll see. I'm just trying to make sure this punny stays hot. See how deep I am inside the furnace right now? That punny that Jason brought over right here doesn't have any cracks in the bottom yet, but I can tell it's cold just by the color that it's showing off. A lot of times, just like Jason pointed out, if I got a little time on my hands, I can grab the torch and crank it up a little bit and give this guy a little bit of extra action. It's what it's all about in the glass shop, is just pretty much extra action. Wherever you can give the action, you give it, and you get it when you get it, and there's a lot of action in the glass shop. Look good? Looks good. All right. Here goes a handle. This is going to be one of the biggest handles I put on all year. And let's make it happen.
You going top down?
I wasn't planning on it.
Nope, you don't have to. Nice. Looking good. Had the nice gravity action. That's how you can see that it's called a gravity handle, everybody, because he let gravity do a lot of the work.
Give me a sec.
Tinker around with it too much. Just want the shape be the shape, right?
Yeah, Eddie was just saying he didn't really tinker around with it too much. He just let the shape be the shape, and that's one of the things about the glass, especially handles like that. You don't want to overwork those handles. The less you touch them, the better, because the glass is beautiful on its own. Looking really nice.
That went on pretty darn clean. Always try and torch out the little cut mark down here, just in case you get your forefinger in there and get a little sliceroo. Nobody likes that. The mic's off right now, but I go in the inside of that handle one more time. Got me this good flash.
Oh yeah, looking nice. And you know, there's something about that recycled glass, simplicity of it, that beautiful aquamarine color. I'm telling you.
Well, we're definitely gonna get a blue drop on top. Which blue? I'm thinking we should go with, maybe we should just do it, probably just do it recycle. Nice and, just like he did on his mug, yep. About the same size.
You could probably save the aftercut for the stamp bit too.
For sure.
All right, so he's going for a marble for the top of that handle, and it looks like it's a good call because he's got enough room between the lip and the top of the handle that he could float a nice ball in there. So it's going to look really ergonomic and designed really well. You know, that it'd be cool if the top had a ball that matched that ball, you know, that would be neat. So you had a ball stopper and then you had a ball on the top of the handle. That'd be kind of nice.
Excuse us. flash first.
So this is about the beginning of the sweat curve, everybody.
Big time.
It's gonna be, we're right on the brink of it being about 150 degrees in here, and right now it's not that hot and we're all sweating pretty good, but this is just the beginning because it's not that hot out, and when the humidity goes, this is when you really realize if you're truly love glass blowing or not. Watch this.
All right, bring it.
It's okay. I was showing Eddie how to work the zoom, everybody, just so you know, but because we got to remind Eddie that he can't put the camera close to the glass because the glass is so hot that the camera will overload. For many, many, many episodes, we had the camera just turn off because it got too hot. That's why we started putting ice packs on it. So we always try to remind everybody who's working the camera to use the zoom as much as possible. I think that the volume button is zoom too.
Nah.
Oh.
I'm telling you, I'll look on my phone, but I bet you it is.
There's the stamp right on the side as well. That's a recycle baby right there. First sweaty piece of the year, ladies and gentlemen. Tanya, that's a good one. I think, yeah, maybe let's glove it. And you can grab it and I'll torch the bottom for a second. Okay. And then we'll put it away. Glove up? Yeah, glove right up. All right. So I'm giving it a couple more heats. I want to make sure that the punny's not getting too cold, obviously, but that connection's very important. And once you let it get too brittle, it may want to crack elsewhere as well. So I need to give it 2 or 3 good flashes, equalize that ball on top, the handle, everything that's going on here, and then I'm going to put just the tiniest bit of water on that bottom connection. And this one, I put it on a little hot, I know I did, so, and I also don't have the Maurice on the bottom, that clear patty, because it's a thicker bottom and I thought I was good, so I'm going to hope for the best here with just a tiny bit of water. Right up in there. Jason's got it. Oh yeah, baby. Little action to get rid of the sharpness. You want to grab the door? I'll grab the door for you for sure. Here we go. Okay. Ooh, and it stands good, baby. Ooh.
Good job, man.
All right. Let's
job.
get it.
Woo!
Tanya, that was a pretty darn cool one.
Yes, it was. That was awesome.
Pretty sweet. I like it a lot. It's in there. We got a full annealer too. I'm not sure if you guys saw in there, but we have that new style of flower we just designed today for the Mom and Me glass. We've always done the pulled flower here, and we want to switch it up and give you guys something new. So it's a completely different flower, kind of looks like a daisy, plenty of color options. It's going to be a sweet one. But Tanya, another beautiful piece. Let's check it out and see how we're doing over here. And this is the spot to go after the show because we got our back door open and the breeze is coming right in, you guys. But here is our beautiful display. Again, guys, on the website, supporting local. This is what funds the shows that we're doing. And I think I saw Dad showing this one off, but this was something that my cousin had put in an order for a cup that we made the other day. And she said blues and greens, and we put green on top of this blue, and the blue was so dense that it completely got rid of the green, and it left just like pretty much like this, clear and the iris blue. And this is actually a recycle piece as well. We use 2 blues, an iridescent blue, and then these are recycle, pretty much clear, just like this, stripes on top of it. And this is a beautiful one. I know Mom posted a picture of that view on the website. But this is just a beautiful piece. I love these a lot. We don't have a name for these yet. I honestly couldn't tell you if that's an individual or not, but we thought of making that a Glass Academy line of products. There's our recycle babies. Second design, you guys, reusing the glass and making new pieces out of it. But we also have our tornado glasses, similar shape to the one I'm showing you. Dad designed this one. The green is definitely the hottest seller. It's got golds and 3 different types of greens swirled together. Each twist is completely unique. There's some pieces that we're better or worse at in making similar each time. For example, and I'll show number 7. For example, number 7. These guys are a shape I'm shooting for. There's no optics. Each swirl on the inside is 100% different. I can make this shape a cup out of clear 90% correct 100 times in a row. But the swirls are impossible to make the same. The foot you can make very similar, not the same amount all the way around because they differ in size. But those swirls are 100% unique on every single piece. That's number 7, and we got 4 different colors of those. But the reason I was talking about that is every single swirl. I mean, look at the difference between number 1 and number 2 in the swirls. They're actually even swirled the opposite way. So,
Very cool.
pretty crazy. And that's just the beauty of handmade work, you guys. We got a couple individual ones, but everything's one of a kind. It's all made by us. You guys know the crew. You've learned the crew from watching the shows. And every little bit of support, you guys, is incredible. That's why we're asking you guys to spread the feed tonight and to answer the question of the night for our giveaway, which is, what's your favorite style of glass to drink from? And we will match up the winner's name with the fact that they shared the feed for us. And you guys will be winning something fresh tonight. We love to give away some glass. We love to have options for cheaper items for people. We know glass can get pricey, but we love explaining to you guys why that is and where it all comes from and the beauty of the craft. All right. So I think we're moving along here. If we take a look at the board, we just completed Tanya's awesome number 2
Take a look at the board.
custom order special. And we're gonna be moving on to another custom order. We got some Brandy glasses for Peter, and I believe it was Julie. And Dad knows what colors we're working with. Jason's lining everything up and making it ready for him. I explained the whole order to him beforehand. We're making 2. We're gonna make 2 after the show, and we're gonna see it. Have you guys ever seen? I haven't had a chance since I've been blowing to look at the comments, but how many of you guys know the shape of a Brandy glass before you guys see it happen? Not many. I didn't.
All right.
Love going. Why are they shaped?
Yep,
And why
sure
are they
does.
shaped that way? That's a good question for Dad, who doesn't need the footing tool for this one.
Why is it? I don't?
No, because maybe it's maybe they're not Brandy glasses. Let me draw the shape of the other one, because we made a couple of them just a week ago. This guy, Snifter, Brandy Snifter, with this foot connected to the color pattern.
Well, that's a bourbon glass.
Okay.
But if we could do that, a Brandy snifter, we can do. If that's the one, we can make those for sure.
That's the one.
All right. I shouldn't draw the other one. Just make them like that. But I know I did those other ones that were blue. I'm just saying there was a different color pattern in the gallery, right? It wasn't one of those pieces. It was just a color pattern. Because on Mug Night I did a couple of those that were black dusted in the
Not
cracks.
those.
That's what I did. Those.
Yeah, that shape, not that color pattern.
No, I know.
Right.
It's blue
That's
with
the
white.
one. Yep.
All right. So cool. I don't need a footing tool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Well, let me get caught up on our comments here, folks. Hope you guys are doing amazing down here. A lot of amazing people watching. I'm seeing some classic names here. Sharon, Fruity, Carrie. Bucky,
I always
Christine.
try to
What
dip
is
the pipe in the
happening?
water so I don't get any air bubbles in the first gather, everybody.
Number 7, Amanda, I got you. I did show that to you guys, and I'm seeing a little
So
love for the
basically
picture. I
what I'm going to do is
appreciate
I'm
you
going to take
guys.
a molten
If there's any
gather
other
and I'm going to go
pieces-
into the recycle glass and I'm going to coat the bottom of the whole thing with Cobalt Blue, and then I'm going to go into the optical mold and I'm going to dust the cracks with an opal white just on the bottom of the glass so that it fades up to just blue at the top. It's going to be a pretty cool cup. Nice molten gather.
All right. So he's going into the blue, guys. This is called Cobalt Blue, and I bet you guys can guess what makes that color blue. But I bet not everybody can guess what makes all the different colors of blue, or of glass. Many different colors. I guess for the Glass Academy addicts, we'll toss one out there. Who knows what makes green? We will see. Blue. So you see he's got one nice coat of blue on here. He just popped a bubble into it, and if you can tell, that shape means that he's got a lot of thickness on the bottom of this piece right now.
Why is he building up thick on the bottom?
He's building it up thick because of this shape, and if we take a look at this, this is the shape of the bubble he has going right now, like this.
So where is this stem in relationship to that glass right now?
The stem down here is the very bottom, and that's what's completely thick. And he's going to put a neckline right here with the tool and angle it out and create the bottom of the piece while leaving the bubble up here. And right now he's going into the optic mold to get this color pattern going because they wanted blue on the full body of the piece, and you're going to see him go into the white right now and just put white in the cracks on the bottom of the glass, and he's giving it a slight twist at the same time. This is a color pattern they specifically saw in the gallery and said they loved, wanted us to recreate.
Now I'm going to make sure I melt those optics away. Marver them in and melt them away so it's just a color pattern in the surface.
That's right. Marver. That's a good question. That is a good question.
Lord, I've never said in my life.
The Marver, folks. Now, Glass Academy addicts know what the Marver is. A solid inch thick steel plate. But anybody spell that out there? I know we've asked for some spelling on a couple different pieces before, but how would you guys spell Marver? Looks like Pam nailed it. Iron makes green. Jane, Marianne. Look at all this action. You guys are doing it right. I like it. If you guys got any questions, shout them out to us, guys. That's what we have the phone out for. That's why we do these videos. We love talking to you guys and hearing what your questions are on the technical side of glass.
Melt into each other.
Yep. Okay, blow.
So he's got that slight twist on there. He may
Stop.
be able to get a little more twist on it here, but it's looking
Blow.
pretty much. Oh, that's looking perfect.
Blow. Keep going. Keep going. Good.
Pretty good spelling on the Marver, folks. I like it. So you're seeing what I was talking about, having thickness on the bottom. If he had a bubble all the way through the bottom, this thing would
Blow.
be capturing a bunch of extra liquid down in that bottom sphere, and you would have a really hard time cleaning them, but that's completely solid down there. That will turn into the base. And the beauty of having that off the furthest part of the piece, that color pattern is exactly what we saw in the gallery. Is that he's going to be able to torch this bottom here. Then he'll take a heat on it, and he can heat just that bottom ball instead of heating up the whole top. So then Jason can really put his back into squishing that nice and flat.
Let's back into it.
That's right. Let's put that back in there now.
Alright, so much color you can see already.
All right.
Big red glow.
Yeah, well, cobalt is a color that
Suzanne.
is very visible when you're blowing glass. Colors like yellow, oranges, and reds all look brown and not good. Even greens don't look that that bright. But cobalt blue and purples you can see really, really well when the glass is hot. So I'm just heating up the very bottom because I want to have the bottom of this glass looking just right.
Just right now.
Taking our time. You want to make sure you take the right amount of time, because if you get the glass nice and hot, it moves very gently the way you want. But if you try to work the glass and it's too cold, it just doesn't work right. So it's totally worth taking a little extra time in front of the heat source.
Suzanne, those were a fun couple glasses to make out of the beautiful transparent pink. I made a custom order for Suzanne's daughter, some family friends of ours that me and my sister kind of grew up with, riding bikes across Michigan. She put in an order for
Okay, press
two
hard.
sweet tumblers. Those were a blast. Thanks, Diana.
Off.
We just got a new ice pack
All right.
recently, folks.
Yes.
I love
Punty.
it, Kelly.
Right.
And Pam, that's a pretty good question. How heavy is a first gather for a medium-sized piece? And honestly, the pipe is always heavier than is the gather itself. And as you start gathering more glass, the piece I just made had a lot of weight to it. But it's all about the fact that it's hanging off the end of the pipe and you're holding the pipe further away from the piece. So there's a lot of different angles to that question and what the actual weight is, but it's not a ton. So you start making some large stuff. Look at that spiral on the bottom all coming together. It looks beautiful. And that is a beautiful technique. You see what he was saying about how hot he got that foot down there and squished it to a nice thin line.
So now I want to make sure I heat up just the top, and I'm going to really draw that lip way, way out to get that nice, beautiful shape of that glass. Yep, I'm just going to actually draw it way out first, and I'm going to trim it, and then I'm going to go in and flare it open just a little bit, because those glasses aren't flared open. They kind of come up and are closed a little bit so that the smell of the brandy, the smell of the bourbon stays in there. It breathes, but it's something where you can smell it and like really dissect what's going on in that alcohol. This has become a pretty popular brandy / bourbon glass. It's really popular out there in the bars right now.
There's a question for you, Chris, that I'm going to pass along. Can you add Formica to the Cobalt Blue glass?
Formica? Formica?
Formica?
I don't know. I remember Formica was really big in the 70s, wasn't it? In your kitchen floor?
I don't know anything about any of that.
Right. See how far I pulled that out, everyone?
Spread the love, Cheryl. You got it. Spread the feed. You guys know the giveaway question for tonight. What's your favorite style of glass to drink from? Could be anything. No answer is incorrect. You guys send that to enews@glassacademy.com. Post it right on the heat shield right there. You guys can see it. Looking good. All right, 2 blades going into the glass, lifting up.
Okay, off.
It's very important to the angle that he's working these at. If he moves that hand upwards at all, it'll start to flare it and give it a more tulip-shaped look. This is much more of the snifter
Nope.
type shape.
So this is really thin on the top, guys. I pulled it out so much, so you only have so much time to work the glass. So that right there is how you finish the top of one of these glasses. Check it out.
Yeah.
That's a beaut. So now I got to make another one exactly like it.
Is it gonna stand?
So take a good look at it. But yes, we do need a stamp, because you're going to see another one just like it in a few minutes. Bring the stamp. Right, exactly.
Anybody can do one.
Exactly. That's what Eddie was just saying, you guys. He said, that's the hard part, is remaking an identical duplicate. It'll never be identical because the glass is flowing, but it'll be darn close.
Nice little GA stamp action. Got some love from some of our customers this last weekend on the marketing, having a Glass Academy stamp on the bench.
Oh, really?
They were like, everywhere I take a picture, you guys got the Glass Academy sign in there. It's so amazing.
Is there one there?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
We burned it up, I think, maybe it was last week or 2 weeks ago, using the big torch. Set it to flames.
I was on the other bench, and there was 4 magnets right there, and they sucked the diamond shears out of my hand, and they were stuck on the side of the bench. Yeah, I got all I was like totally like freaked out. All right, so this is going.
Beauty.
This is going into the annealing oven to cool down for about 18 hours. Everybody.
A little bit of water. Look at that foot. That is nice.
You might want to use the fork to put this away.
A little bit of torch. You guys can always tell that punny mark, there's hardly anything there. I'm going to use this piece of paper to get rid of that little chunk. But it's a beautiful break, and that's both on the assistant and the gaffer to have that come off clean. But then Dad really doesn't need to do much work here. A really soft heat on it.
Come on in this way.
Melts right in.
So you're not grabbing the stamp.
All right.
There you go.
Jason with a nice steady hand takes it away.
Nice.
And I will grab the door, but first, and as I'm walking away, I'll tell Dad, we're not going to make that second one tonight.
We're not going to?
No, for a couple reasons. Looking good. Nice work. That guy was dangling. Woo, baby.
All right.
Very nice.
Sweaty hands, good job.
Eddie. Oh, come on, give me some.
So, yeah, typically we'll do one custom order, guys. If we do a set of glasses, we do 1 cup from that set, and then we move along because we don't want to be making repeats on the show. We want to keep things interesting for you guys. For some reason, when I wrote up the custom order, I said we'd make 2 of them on the show. But now when I'm looking at the clock, we got a half an hour, maybe a little bit more. We've got Jennifer's custom water dish to make out of purple and recycle, and then we still have the giveaway. We're gonna have to make an executive decision, which I think is we're gonna be moving along to the dish.
Absolutely.
I think that's right. And we're
I
gonna
think
make
it's great.
3 more of those after the show. They're gonna be matching a beautiful set of 4. But that was a beautiful piece for Peter.
Peter, just go like this. And imagine me making 3 more exactly the same. That's what I'm gonna do.
Whoa.
All right, so we're going for cat water dish.
Yes, and what we've got on here, cat water dish on a pedestal, as I explained, about the height of a mug, wide base so her cats don't knock it over, wide top, purple and recycle.
At first, when Jake told me this, I was like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be making drinking vessels tonight. And he looked at me and he was like, it's a cat drinking vessel. And I'm like, that's cool. And I was gonna ask, Kaylee, do we have cat dishes online? We don't?
That was just our special from the live show.
Well, you guys, we make a lot of really cool cat water dishes and food dishes. And we do little dog and little Great Dane dishes, maybe?
What a great idea.
Yeah, but you want to make something that really makes your cat or dog or your chinchilla really feel special.
Special animal there.
Yeah.
I told you earlier, I remember we were talking before, we made a set of bowls for Martha Stewart's dogs and gave them to her. Yep. And I can't remember the name of her dog. It's like, her dogs are like King and like Caesar.
Whoa.
They're pretty heavy duty, but they got some nice bowls. All right, well, let's do it. We're gonna do a pedestal. Her cat does not want to be overworked and bend over more than 2 or 3 inches to drink the water when she's lapping it up. So we're gonna make it raised up about 3 or 4 inches so that she's the queen or he's the king. I'm not sure. I think it's a girl because we are making it purple. So it's gonna be beautiful. Yeah, so we got this opaque purple over here, Jason. So I'm gonna be doing all recycled glass with the opaque purple for the Rosettas.
Okay.
Alrighty?
Love it.
So like I'll drop a foot for you?
I'm gonna pull a foot right off the bottom of the piece. I'm gonna make the bowl just like
Just what we just did.
we did, but in a bowl form and a lot bigger.
Okay.
You know, so it should be pretty darn cool. I'm gonna have to fill that mold up all the way. Maybe I'm gonna blow this mold out. And I'll need that box over here.
All right, so he's gonna grab the box, which is right there. Gus is grabbing it. Very good, thank you, Gus. More than tech support. And Cindy pointing out the red dot on the annealer. I love it. She knows that's the right annealer because we got a red dot on it, meaning it's hot. This guy's got a red dot, and I don't believe he's warm at all. So we'll flip that right around.
Need a big boy.
Big
That's how
boy
you get it.
gather. He's not messing around with this one. I know Jennifer's got a couple custom pieces of ours. Welcome, Devoni, if that's how you pronounce it. You guys, first-time viewers, welcome into the show. We're the Glass Academy here in Dearborn, Michigan. Getting crazy with it.
Stick those big jacks up for me. Yes. Nah.
All right. Jennifer is in the house watching the show as one getting custom orders should be. Nice. He's got a lot of glass. I gotta think he's gonna be making the foot and the top dish out of the same gather here. That's pretty serious. That wasn't one gather now, was it?
Yeah.
Wow. Not bad.
Well, a gather and a half.
Gather and a half. Oh. Uh-huh. So he's given it a heat, he shaped it up for the mold. And this is a mold that's a little different. A lot of our smaller molds are complete cylinders down here. This guy is completely tapered up. So you have to be very careful when you go and blow into this mold that you don't overblow the shoulder, the glass that's connected right to the pipe, and it gets too wide on you and blows out too thin. Your shape has to be very particular when you go into that mold. He did a great job with it there. And now he's going right into the perch. Digging and scraping in the perch.
Need
This
more.
is for Tiggs and Luna.
Need more
The
perch.
name of the cats. Tiggs and Luna. Good cats. Very good cats. Maybe a little spoiled, that's right.
Well, I'm getting it on a little bit of both.
All right, Becky,
But
that
really the
is
most
the
is in
point
the
of the
cracks,
show.
in the core.
Get you guys a little thirsty out there. Guys, we do have our giveaway egg that we're going to be giving away from last week's show that I will supply into the camera view. Look at this Van Gogh baby. Signed on the side, Glass Academy 2021 live show number 104. So that's going to be given away tonight. Probably maybe after this piece, before we make the giveaway for next show. And you guys know how you enter into that. You guys answer the question of the night. You guys spread the feed onto your feeds. Question for tonight is, what's your favorite style of glass to drink from? There's never a wrong answer with anything you guys answer for us. it into us. We love reading your answers. So we got the twist on there by just using the tip on the marver. He holds the tip on the marver and he turns the pipe, and it's slowly twisting up those optics. He's melting them in so that it's a color pattern rather than a texture on the glass. Very similar to the last piece he made. A lot of similarities actually, except he's probably using twice as much glass as he had before. Nice zoom in there by Eddie, you guys. Eddie working the camera over here, getting down to it, learning all the angles. I saw a little love for a few of those angles you were hitting earlier.
Not yet.
So we got a perp spiral on top of recycled glass, guys, and that's what we like to use around here. We use a lot of clear glass,
Blow.
but any opportunity we have, we like to use some reclaimed second design
Stop.
glass. Very similar shape coming along here. I get the feeling it's going to be a wider top than it was on the last one for sure, so that kitty head can get right in there and lap up the water. Big time twist. Yeah, I know we've been selling out a lot of those big eggs, like that one that's right there for the giveaway. A couple of our Easter shows, we put up a couple large eggs on the featured product table, which was a pretty darn nice thing, and those sold pretty darn quick. And I think, if I remember correctly, I see 2 or 3 more in the gallery that may come up in one of these final shows that are maybe Easter related. Perhaps we're past that. You got to ask the boss, Michelle, about that. But people have been loving the large Easter eggs, and they're definitely more of an ostrich style or some sort of pterodactyl. Pterodactylus bird. You got it, Lori. Doesn't sound too bad, Robin.
It's heating up this beast so I can shape this a lot more than the last one.
I think he wants to shape that one a lot more because it's going to be a little taller, maybe a little wider. You need to have a steady base to it. He's going to be doing something different about it than just your classic snifter shape.
Mm-hmm.
Port and heat, just like before.
Woo-wee! It's a hot one. Nope, not yet. Yep, I will.
Ooh, I hear the squeak of the jacks, folks. When you hear those squeaks of the jacks, you guys, that means that they're not fully coated in beeswax. Look at that. I walked away for a second and the foot became 2 feet.
It's like that the whole time.
Pretty good. Oh yeah. So what I do know Dad is planning on doing is putting some rosettas on here. I think it's going to be 2 or 3 of them. So once he gets the shape completed, Jason's going to start bringing some bits over and laying them on there.
We're gonna need a paddle now. Yep. We're gonna do the same thing now. I just wanted to get that little bit of a ball in the middle that I can put another rosette on it. So we're going to put a rosetta around the foot, around the ball, and around the lip.
That's just like a trail.
It's going to be a trail, and then I'll twist up, exactly. Or you could call it AKA the bling bling.
The bling bling.
Okay, on.
That takes a really steady hand on both sides of what's going on here.
Good.
Jason and Dad working together.
Okay, Jason, 2 coats of that purple. You know it's hot when your arm's sweating.
Listening.
Yeah.
Right in my ear. Marble to a point. After you put the second coat on, marble to point, and then heat it up.
2 coats, 2 schmacks as they call it. Jason's getting this move down. Beautiful shape, the correct angle.
All right, hot, hot.
Looking good. You heard Chris say hot, hot. He needs the extra juice here because he's going to be going around and using the tweezers and putting spirals, just like the foot he made on the warmer upper mug. Spirals all the way
I'll get
around.
right
By
in
the
there,
time
look.
you get to the end,
Right
even if
there,
you have
get
the
it screaming
strength
hot,
to
hot
turn
as
it,
you
the
can get it.
glass is cooling down so much that you'll either mess up the tweezers or you'll just break a chunk off, and you can't
And go up with it
re-add
when you come out.
to be a smooth piece on there. So it's got to
Just
have
keep getting it
plenty
hot.
of heat. Looks like Chris is going to go for a flash over in the recycle furnace. Give Jason a little extra time to give that some heat so that he can really have that twist action that he needs.
All right, Jay.
Here we go. There's some juice.
Okay, flip, straight up.
Right across the bottom. Tweezers working. Nine, 10 rosettas on the bottom. That's beautiful. Jennifer mentioned she's going to try and stabilize that bad boy to the surface a little bit, to her table or her stoop,
Same one, yep.
perhaps. You putting on Rosetta number 2, or are you going for the punny?
I was gonna put on Rosetta too.
All right. Rosetta number 2. Jace is going for the same move, getting the perps right on top. Nice.
Nice and hot. Yep.
Rosetta number 2.
Punty.
Punty made up for you, ready to roll. Oh yeah. That's a purple that looks good with recycle, that's for sure.
Uh-huh.
Blue's looking darker too as the day goes on.
Push.
It's pretty crazy. We made quite a few nest bowls today. If you guys are familiar with the Easter product, although Easter is past, we've got some beautiful nest bowls that are kind of a year-round thing. They're always in the gallery, but they look like just glass. We just layer glass up on glass, and it looks like a bird just brought some glass chunks, threw it on there, laid it down across it. We made a bunch of those today, a lot of them out of recycle. So it was a solid day, but what I was saying was we started with a nice light clear tank on the top, and as you get deeper into the furnace, start digging down to the glass that's been there for longer, it becomes darker blue. So now, towards the end of the day, with this piece, we're seeing a little darker shade of blue, which is nice. I prefer the darker, but I guess it kind of just depends on the day, too. The lighter glass is beautiful, and we showed you all the different tones with our taster glasses over there, which we will show you guys again that are on the website.
I had this crazy idea
Uh-oh.
about the nests, and if we put a bit on the bottom of a nest and then we took the tagline and carved a notch in it, we could take some epoxy and epoxy a nest in the tree in the yard in the woods and see if a bird uses it. We were talking about that. Wouldn't it be sweet if a
That's
baby
Jason's
bird's
style.
like hatched inside a glass nest? They'd be royalty.
I feel like they'd probably go for it.
I think they would.
They like birdhouses and stuff. It's pretty sweet.
Hell yeah. I think what you'd have to do is you'd have to put some type of a stick or some type of a landing post on it, because they won't use a birdhouse unless there's a stick on the front, because they got to land on it and then go in. They can't like fly right in the hole. It'd be like murderous. We're going in. We're going in. Woo! They missed the hole. That was like jumping through the hole in the lake that was only like 2 feet in diameter. My shoulders would barely fit through it. It was like, it slipped right down through it.
You opening it first?
Yep.
Okay. Jason, you got the paddle.
Jason, you give me a paddle. On.
Here comes the opening. Look at that. All in one heat. That's pretty thin up there and pretty perfect. It looks like some kind of Chalice, royalty cat, feline Chalice.
So I'm gonna. I'd like to try to bring it down just a little bit if we
I
can.
see what you're saying.
So Jay, you're gonna actually be bringing it down slightly while I'm going around the outside. You're gonna be paddling it and just giving it a little bit of pressure so the whole bowl comes down a little bit.
The squish.
Is that my
technique?
Rosetta?
Yes.
I would say start over because we're going around the whole lip.
Big boy.
Yep. I don't know, maybe. What do you think? You think we need that?
I don't know. That was nice. You guys see that gravity? Working on it.
Yep, go ahead
That's
on.
gravity,
lightly.
but you got to be turning so smooth and so consistent for that kind of move to work. But it totally shortened it about an inch from
Yeah,
where you had
because
it.
we want it to be a low boy. We don't want the cats to fall in there and drown or anything.
Heck no.
I think the proportions are looking pretty good on that.
That looks beautiful.
And I don't know if we want to put a,
I think it looks pretty good.
yeah.
And with the widest part there, to be touching things, if it's up against a mug or whatever it is, to have something delicate on the very tip like that.
Well, we don't want it to be top heavy either.
Right.
Right now, it's definitely not top heavy. But I am going to bring that lip in just a little bit so that, well, let's see. Maybe, maybe not. But if I bring the lip in a little bit, it's going to keep the water from spilling out when you're filling it up for the animal. See that, how it's got just a little bit of a override over the top? I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, let's go for the GA stamp.
Great question from Angela. Do you ever stir the recycle tank?
Yes.
I haven't since I've been home, but it sounds like Dad has. And there is a move where you put a potato down into the bottom of a glass tank, and all the water in there will boil and bubble up to the surface, and that mixes the tank. A little bit of GA action here.
Now I got to get her back on center, because putting that stamp on there, it leans a little bit when you're doing it because it was still hot. So I'm just going to heat it up a little bit and let it fall back on center. And I think we're going to be in biz. Oh yeah, right back on center. Look at that beautiful little watering dish. Those cats are going to be loving it.
I like it. I like the colors.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I think the forks would be perfect. So one last flash to make sure I have enough heat inside of there to last the knockoff table and the melting in of the punty mark, and the trip all the way over there about 25 or maybe even 40 feet to the annealing oven that Jay's going to be carrying it over.
Get down to 20.
Oh, baby. Recycle looking beautiful, starting to show some of its color here. Jason's got the forks once again. Make sure you jam those, just jam them all the way as far as you can get them in there next time.
Because it might get stuck. I had just told him that maybe not to do that, but it's all, everyone's each their own.
Yeah. Very nice. Steady hand, steady
All right.
hand.
So what do we think about the giveaway? You want to make the giveaway?
I think it should be sweet. Yeah, I'll make it.
I think you got 20 minutes.
I think that sounds about
What about
something
a
like
what about a
that, and I think
recycle?
I should be making some sort of drinkware.
Yeah.
So let me make it happen. Just gonna need to get a pipe up here.
Maybe you should do something like a. I always do that to Jake, everybody. I tell him what he should make. So I'm going to keep my lips closed and let Jake do whatever he wants.
Yeah. I do love making a twist cup, and I know you already got that one handled today. So maybe I'll do a little pineapple mold action for a recycle mug. We'll do. Oh. Well, let's see what happens here. It's gonna have pineapple mold action to it, that's for sure. Thank you, sir. I got all the pineapple molds set up and selected for me. And I'm just preheating this guy. You cannot gather glass on that cold pipe. With the recycle especially, kind of cooling down a little quicker than does the clear. I do not want to have a cold core on my piece, especially going in the pineapple mold. I want to know what my temperatures are and have them correct and have them looking good. So I'm getting it nice and warm. I'm going to get as much as I can here on one gather and then make it happen.
Did everybody see this handmade plastic hand-blown glass drinking vessel I'm drinking out of?
That's pretty darn good.
It's probably recycled.
Yep, it probably is.
Yep, but it's got the spout on it, so you can just pour it right on you. I'm gonna dump it over my head. It's hot in here, guys. Oh boy, look at that gather. Looks like he's making a shot glass, everybody.
That's right.
24-ounce shot glass. I don't know if everybody out there heard that noise, but that noise, that was that big crashing sound, was Jason charging the furnace. He was charging the clear crystal. We're not using the clear crystal, and Jake and Jason blew glass all day today, and they made a bunch of product, and they dug that tank out. So we're charging that tank, filling it up with raw glass, getting ready for tomorrow for another day of production. Nice, we're at 19% battery, you guys. That's amazing. That's enough battery to keep everybody excited for another 2 hours. And Gus was just whispering in my ear, he's like, I'd love to keep the show going until midnight, Chris. And I was like, Gus, don't be pushing the limits like that. Some of us need to go home and get our rest. Yeah, that'd be nice. Gus just said we should have a 24-hour blow-a-thon. Woo! That'd be great.
That's what we did today already.
One time we did a all-night blowing thing at one of the schools at Haystack, and we did it in the glass shop at night with no lights on, naked. Yep, we blew glass all night. It was pretty crazy.
That sounds ridiculous.
Just got to be careful where all that hot glass goes. Yeah. So Jake went into the bowl of tone mold. He's got some white dusted on there, and he's going for something here. He's pulling out on the end. Let's see if we can find out what he's making.
Blow?
Looks like a carrot.
Good.
Mmm.
Carrot.
It looks to me like some type of horn. The horn of plenty. And looking at the size of it, that looks like it'd be a nice wine horn. Little Merlot in there. You're frolicking through the woods, swinging from vines with your wine horn hanging on your side. I like it.
That sounds magical.
Big time.
Very magical.
So this is the giveaway, everybody. And the giveaway, you know what it is. You got to answer that question. You got to share the feed, and you have to send us the email to enews@glassacademy.com.
A little blow? Good.
That's going to get you guys entered into the randomizer. That'll randomly randomize the random
How about a recycle bit?
stuff. So you
could do it on the punny one, and we push it onto the back.
Yeah, the randomizer.
Like that big.
That's just like Eddie tried to tell me when we were on the golf course that there's not a word that named ovalize.
That's fine.
But yeah, you guys, let me know if you think ovalize is a word, and I'll give you the context. I shot a 300-yard drive right down the middle of the fairway into an oak tree, and the ball hit the oak tree dead center and bounced back, and I said, oh my God, I think that ball got ovalized. And Eddie was like, that's not a word. You can't use that word, it's not a word. I said, it is, ovalize. A football was ovalized. It was a soccer ball that got ovalized.
Well, first of all, you never hit a 300-yard drive in your life.
Hold on a second, let me get to the microphone. Thank goodness nobody could hear that. He said, just to reiterate what he said, everybody, he said it was only like the 10th or 11th time you hit a 300-yard drive. Look at that. That's looking pretty darn good. I like it. So on something like that, a horn, everybody, you need to have an off-axis bit that you can punty up onto, because obviously you see the bottom of this horn isn't on center. So that's what he put that really cool looking artistic bit on there. And now Jason's got the punty, and look at where they're putting the bit, right off center. It's pretty cool. That's what makes these horns real difficult. Somebody's gonna win a beautiful wine horn here. This thing is sweet. Every show, you guys, every Tuesday, this is our 105th show, we give away a piece of glass. We've given away 105 pieces of glass. And it's because we want people to have glass, and we want to educate people. That's what our whole show is all about, is educating everybody out there about glass blowing. You know, one of the things I like telling people is that glass blowing's not a dying art, everybody. It's just a really expensive art. You don't pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month for gas to paint a painting, or to throw a pot, or to blacksmith something. Actually, you do pay a lot of money to blacksmith something.
I think so.
But it's really expensive. That's why there's not a lot of glass blowing studios out there, because you can't just fling one together and go for it. You have to really work hard to survive. And a nice reminder of this whole pandemic situation, you guys really helped us out, and we are so grateful for all of our customers who ordered things online, watched our shows, totally like spread our existence across the land. It was amazing. People in Australia, the UK, all over the world. Check this out. He's flaring it open with the jacks. This thing is looking really nice. So I'm assuming you're going to be putting a handle on it, Jake?
I don't think I am.
No, you're going to have it be a handhelder?
That's right. Finish your drink type drink holder.
I like it. Look at the texture.
Turned out really symmetrical.
You should build a base, so you set it down into the base that holds it up, and then you drink it.
We do have those
I like
bases.
that, Eddie. Eddie was just saying it'd be cool to have a base that you set that down into. Really nice.
Bases sold separately.
Yeah, or if you want to be barbarian.
$500.
If you want to be barbarian style, you could just dig a little bit of a hole in the ground, and you're just like running around the trees and stuff, and then you just get done, you jam it into the ground, and it just sits there waiting for your next drink to fill up.
How about a GA stamp?
Yeah. We need to make show everyone that on the next show how it came out, right?
Oh yeah, that's what did we do the giveaway?
No, we didn't. We forgot.
Well, where's the name? Right here?
there.
No.
Underneath that, then. There it is, hidden down in there.
This is the giveaway, everybody. Now hold on, watch out behind you, Eddie. We got a piece being made over here still.
Get out of there.
Let's wait, before we give it away, let's wait and see this piece go into the annealing oven. Don't be looking at my egg.
What the?
I'm hiding the egg.
It's like the alien coming out of you.
That'd be crazy if one of those weird, like, octopus things came out. Oh.
Like the movie Alien or whatever?
I don't even like watching movies like that.
That's a little too much for me.
It totally freaked me out. All right, it's going in the annealing oven, everyone.
Perfect. Just fell off of
You
there.
just gave it the big eye, the stink eye.
You didn't even tap it, it just fell off. You're lucky you got here on time.
Woo. Thank you.
You stamping it?
Nope.
Oh, because you got a thing on it, right?
Yep.
You got the GA stamp already on it. Look at that.
That's right. I would just claw it right into the
Go right
core
in it.
of that. Yep.
And then go
Just
up
get
in the
right in
air
there.
and get it in there, baby. Just be gentle when you get in the annealing oven. You're going to be fine.
Yeah,
Look at him go.
Raising the horn.
Woo!
Take somebody's eye out with that thing.
Very nice.
Woo.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Well, we have the giveaway. This is what we made last Tuesday. We made 2 of them. One of them we sold online. What did we sell that one for, Kaylee? Do you remember? It was like, I think it was like 138, I think. But we sold it for 138, so somebody on this piece of paper won this sweet egg, and this one's pretty darn sweet. So they send in the question to enews@glassacademy.com. They got the piece they saw made before their very eyes, and their name is Patty Johnson.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's right, Patty. You won the sweet Van Gogh white and purple and tobacco egg, which is just really beautiful. I love it.
I wasn't there for that one, but I like the connected base on it.
I do too.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, they sit really nice, and if you decided you wanted to put it inside a big giant nest, just reach out to us and we can make you one. But Patty, congratulations. We love it. I think we're pretty much done for the night, right?
I think that wraps it up. I think we should take a look at our featured products that will be available through the night tonight.
Until midnight tonight?
The way we do things here at the Glass Academy, as many of you know, all the individual pieces are here at the Glass Academy on our shelves. You got to stop by to check it out. A lot of these are available on the website, like these waffle glasses with all that crazy texture. Two-tone, I think we got about 8 different color schemes of those. We've got our beautiful waffle glasses with those beautiful spiral color schemes. These two are one-of-a-kinders. You got our tornado glasses. The whiskey, the rye whiskey, is not for sale, but number 3, maybe multiples. That is a beautiful one, and that is what it's looking like, folks.
I see a few pieces are missing from where we were when we started.
I do as well.
That's a good thing.
A little rearrange, and I love it.
There it is.
Well, there we go, folks. We are looking at Gathering Point, show 105. Eddie's been on the camera tonight, you guys. Show him some love in the chat. A little hand wave for you. We will be seeing you guys. Dad and I, Chris and I, have our own show on Thursday night, the first of its kind on Patreon. That is the Nordine Studio Show. We've got a couple different jobs we're going to talk about, big installation pieces. You guys can check us out there as well, but we will be here also next week for show 106. We've got, I think, a few custom orders, but again, that is Mom's custom order night, so we just have one custom order so far for her. Mom's gonna be making pieces and on the pipe. If you guys want to get something made by Michelle, you guys get down to it, call, give me a ring here at the Glass Academy, and we will make it happen. So thank you guys very much for another beautiful show. We will see you guys in a week.